Hello, everybody. This is Elijah Keating from Wisdom Seekers, and we are here today with the solstice celebration, and we have a few people. We're going to talk about solstice or whatever comes along that is energetically viable. So, first of all, at the moment, we have Linda, and she's on the bottom with the yellow screen, and we have Maddie, who's up top with the black chair, and me, I'm in the middle right now. So hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Okay.
You guys are doing okay? So
They're doing good.
that's really good. And you were explaining what solstice is, Linda. So I'm going to let you do that while I make sure that A, I've got everything set up, and B, I've got everything set up.
What it kind of means to me is sort of a precursor to the new year, because whenever we talk about cellular division and things like that, they always say there's this one non-action stage. And sometimes we have the same thing with manifesting things that we want to accomplish, or resolutions or anything like that. We take the time first to kind of be still, quiet everything, and think in. And so they always say stage one of cellular division is doing nothing, but I don't think the cells are doing nothing. I mean, our mind programs all our cells, and I think our whole body and our whole soul is the same way. And so this is a time to kind of take the short days when you don't really want to be outside anyway, to think what you want your new year to look like, things you want to accomplish, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, and it's the return of the king I think that's more Christian concept, but it's the return of the new birth of the king today as well.
And it's also the start of Capricorn season.
Oh, okay, Capricorn. Oh, goody.
Yeah, it says starting on the solstice, the 21st December is the season of grounded wisdom and true authenticity.
Ruled by Saturn.
You're isn't
Capricorn ruled by Saturn, Maddie?
It says that Sagittarius it's a fun-filled Sagittarius period, so I'm not sure. It says we may welcome this return to sobriety and stability. That doesn't mean that it'll be all work and no play. After all, we're still in the festive season. No, Capricorn simply knows when to be responsible and when to let go.
Hey, D Sparks has a comment, and one of you knows the answer. She says, "Is that why I'm so tired today?"
Probably.
I would have to say yes.
But also, Maddie, you
Yes.
sent me that information about cracking our biospheres from the coronal mass ejection. It cracked our biosphere, so all the radiation from outer space is actually running around and bouncing around Earth. That would also have an effect, which I believe will be a push forward in a, how do I say this, not so nobody groans, can't happen. Everybody's going to groan. We're going to be pushed forward spiritually, rapidly, and probably with a little bit of pain.
A little bit of what?
Pain.
Oh my God.
Pain.
I just have to go get my thumb brace. I keep on talking.
So this is what I've got written up about the crack in the earth.
It's in the biosphere.
It says a shock wave barreled into Earth's magnetic field and cracked its magnetosphere, which protects our planet from space radiation. While the shock wave's origin is unknown, scientists believe it came from a crackling sunspot that released 8 solar flares on December 14th. The crack can stay open for a few hours and can allow solar winds to flow through.
Which means when anything happens on the outside of our body, outside of the Earth body, and it comes in, it affects us because we are electrical bodies. Our chi lines, the Earth chi line, ley lines, and things like that. It will affect us, and it will cause people to be tired. And I suspect that means with your tired, that something's being shoved out of your body in a rapid fashion, and just go with it's good. Might be painful, but it's good. Okay, I'm done. I have my brace on again, so my hands can move a little better. So yeah, because remember yesterday we were talking about the Earth moving into a time of more light in the universe. What do they call flare? Not flares, but a lot more. It's a region of a high density light that the Earth is moving through. So that changes our genetics, right? You've got an opinion on this, Linda. I know you do.
I got nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know I have apopectin hips with radiation, and that's all I got.
Okay.
I didn't hear yesterday's thing, and I don't know about biosphere, solar flare stuff. I know the lady that is next to me at the farmer's market says that it probably affects me a lot, but I'm not familiar with that. And I don't watch
yeah,
news.
it does. I know this because Elle gets affected by it, and she has for 15 years. And every time there's a coronal mass ejection, she gets a migraine.
Oh yeah, I had a splitting migraine yesterday. It was a bad one.
Yeah, and that's because it actually affects our electrical system, and some people are more sensitive than others.
Yeah, I can't even wear a watch.
Yeah. So I actually never, this is the first time I've worn a watch in like 30 years, 40 years.
I can wear a wind up one, but if it's one that has a battery, the battery's gone in 3 days.
Yep. That's about right. What about you, Maddie? You wear a watch?
Otherwise, I was trying to find out, look for something that I was reading about solstice today. I'm just, I'm not feeling great these days, so I'm just not even going to comment.
Yeah. Did you want to, without being too explicit, do you want to tell how that's affecting you? Because that's how it's affecting you. A lot of people are being affected that way emotionally, spiritually.
I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I know a lot of it has to do with my daughter's death for sure, but it's just, I don't know. I just, the energies just seem to be beating me down,
And you're losing faith in the universe right now.
absolutely.
So
I have no faith in the universe. I have no faith in God. I have no faith in Jesus. I have no faith in anything right now.
And that's happening to a lot of people at this moment. You're not unique. So it's,
well, that's good to hear, because it kind of makes me feel bad that I don't, because I don't know why.
well, first off, stop feeling bad because it doesn't, because it is what it is. But what I'm trying to point out, what I'm asking you to point out is you are acting in a way that will affect, that a lot of people are being affected by, and it's normal. And allow yourself to
finding that I'm just going right into myself, I want to be just by myself, to work through this, to cry if I need to swear if I need to, you know.
And that's a very good way of dealing with it. I think allowing yourself to be authentically you, and right now that is authentically you.
Absolutely.
Instead of trying to be what other people expect you to be. And I know a lot of people, their way of coping is not traditional. It's like, why are you doing that? That's not that's not socially acceptable.
Right.
But does it matter if it's socially acceptable? What do you think, Linda?
Absolutely. I think it's healthy to be very open and kind of let your your mind and body both kind of guide you through your process. Everybody, some people I've seen them go, okay, what are the 5 stages of grief? And no, I've finished with this one and I've come down to that one. And not, nope, none of that works.
But no, I'm right back to square one.
No,
again.
it goes back and forth, like, you know, back and forth all across. Like it's about as straight linear as a cross stitch pattern. It's going to bounce around, and
Especially big ones.
Especially the big ones.
We have the Vereros coming on right now. Veronica. Let's go keep on talking.
But I do know that every single part of our body processes, even at the cellular level, and think by letting yourself retreat, by letting yourself cry, letting yourself swear, letting yourself just, I'm known to, if I kind of go through bouts of spiritual claustrophobia, and I'll walk out my front door and just walk for a little bit and come back. And sometimes that come back maybe like 4 hours later, but I just, whatever my body needs to do, that allows your cells to not be stuck in trapped emotion.
Right.
That because the second part of after the E is motion. We're allowing things to move through. And it's a very good exercise in esteem when you kind of go, I don't care what's socially acceptable. It's called self-esteem and self-acceptance and self-discovery, right? Self-healing, just like you said, heal myself. And you know, if you need to put yourself in a little shell and grow a pearl, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things yesterday I was talking to Linda, and she pointed out something to me about healing. And Teal Swan, I think her name is, she made a comment that certain things you can heal yourself. And being in the spiritual community, we all tend to go, I tend to tell people to go inside. She said, certain things cannot be healed. Relationship troubles cannot be healed from the inside. You have to heal it with a relationship. And after Linda's mentioned that, I went and started looking at that for myself because, well, you name me a spiritual person on earth, and who hasn't had a crappy upbringing or something like that. I show you somebody who's not on the spiritual path.
Right. And I feel like when we have those that are really close to us, that we, I mean, as a medium, I can kind of talk to people or whatever, but even as a medium, I still like to write letters. And you know, I'm not trying to do the mediumship and tune in or whatever. I'm releasing for myself at a 3D psychological level to allow myself to release anything. And it doesn't, it can kind of almost turn into a journal. If something happened, it is like, oh, I wish I could have told my dad about this, or oh, my uncle would have been, you know, somebody that's passed on or whatever. I'll just write them a letter, because I always taught my kids that writing is nothing but talking on paper. And so, you know, you just write it down. And after a while, I feel not closure, but I still feel close that way and not so separate.
This morning, actually, I sat down and wrote a letter.
Okay.
Anyhow, Pharaoh, we were talking about the solstice, and then we switched off to how the energies are affecting us in a personal way. And at the moment, a lot of people are feeling a bit traumatized. I have a feeling, I hope I'm right, you're on the other spectrum, right now?
Well, you know, I think you're right. I think the energies by the way, I'm driving because I'm multitasking, and like December is such a busy month for me. But in regards to the energies changing and shifting, it has been a much of a ride So, we've done the work, we've done the introspection, and now I feel like it's like, in my sense, for me, emotions are very challenging for me to decipher and understand. So I guess you could say like emotions can be really new to me. Besides anger, we always know that anger emotion so easily, but now it's like a different thing. Like it's just as scary as, I guess you could say, falling in love as being a very angry person, So then you're able to, balance that lifestyle out, because it's whatever the energy is, it's getting space, you're having some type of space in it, and it's disrupting. It could be disrupting in a very pleasant or unpleasant way. I think right now we're really balancing and finding that equilibrium with whatever we have at hand, that we're able to find that balance and, pull through, because either it's like you either gonna do it or you're either not gonna do it. But regardless of that, there's always these consequences that even at the same time, it's gonna throw you off a disequilibrium loop. So, it's inevitable. So I think that's what I think a lot of the themes that have been going.
Okay, we lost you, Vero. Your sound went out.
What about now?
Now I can hear you again.
Okay. So I'm saying, it's a common theme right now, the disequilibrium that a lot of these individuals have, at work, with friends, with family. And, but, at the end of the day, like it really is a beautiful time, because we're reinventing ourselves every so often, but more so now, because I think it's very transformative, right now what's happening. And I think also what's going on is that, I think it's like you're reaping your harvest in a way. That's what I think was really happening. So that's what I have to say about these energies, which have been great, but they've been extremely challenging. But let's just be honest, like these whole years have been so challenging.
Yeah.
So we're about to go ins and outs on a different level, and however levels, we are. But but it is interesting. It is a fun ride. Can't wait for the 25th, by the way. I'm just
Oh,
I
yes.
haven't had a day off.
Vero's in sales.
Yeah.
So
I haven't had a day off.
anyhow, Maddie, as D Spark says, Maddie, I'm being reminded to say to be very gentle with yourself moving through this cycles transitions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best, or I don't know if I am. I don't know what I'm doing really from day to day. I just put one foot in front of the other and make it through.
Yeah. But but again, like we were saying, what you're going through, what Vero's going through, because hers is the opposite spectrum, which it's still on that emotional spectrum, but it's so I was just listening to a guy talk. What was his name, Maddie?
Lee Harris.
Lee Harris. And he said, what did he say? I thought it and then I lost it. He says, all that he said was, good or bad, allow things to move into your life. And if you're afraid of something really good coming into your life, allow it in anyhow. Exactly.
I agree. I'm in that same mental thought process now. And it's nice because you cut a lot of fears. You're living a life on a day-to-day living with less and less fears. So that's shedding your skin, and that's really helping, not only in one aspect, but in many aspects. So it's really, it's been an interesting ride for this past couple of this year in general. There's been like so many like unexpected turns in this year.
I'm kind of at the point where I'm willing to accept it into my life, but in my mind, I'm saying it's never going to happen.
But that's a lot of, I think that's you've been on the journey for at least 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
And Linda, you've been on it probably longer than that.
Which path? I mean,
Journey, spiritual journey.
From childhood with my dad. Yeah, definitely. Probably from in my raising, it was like 8 years old was like a coming of age kind of thing. And, you know, to where like that my very first like, kind of clairvoyance and stuff like that, that was on purpose, not stuff that had just happened as a child, but on purpose, and going in for my intuition and things like that was from at least the age 8.
Yeah, and me, I was knowingly on the path since
Yeah.
I was 24, 25.
Mm.
And Vero, I know your minimum of 5 years.
Yes, I'm a newbie.
Comparatively, but 5 years is no newbie energy. What I'm saying is people who've been doing this for a while, we all get to that place, Maddie, where we want to go. I'm sick of it. What I want and what I've worked for isn't happening. It's never going to happen. Why should I try? And
Not going, why should I try? I still think I'm going to try, but I'm just, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's ever going to come around.
and that's when they say keep on doing it, because that last little bit, don't give up before the last little bit.
5 minutes before the miracle.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I keep having to tell myself that, don't give up yet, don't walk away. And having said that, I am 100%, I'm 99% convinced that our future is shifting as we talk. And I'm going to put that back on Linda, because she saw a vision a couple of weeks ago that hit her hard. And it's also a vision that Dolores Cannon had of the world splitting. Can you tell us a little bit? Before we do that, I want to go. Erica B. John says, happy holidays, ladies. Beautiful ladies. Lily Dulo says, hey, ladies, happy winter solstice. May it bring clarity and positive energies your way. And Lily says, I'm a newbie too, have been through huge transformations since 2016. And yes, Lily has. She's just changed so much since I first met her. Anyhow, go take it away for if you don't mind.
No, not at all. And I actually, because one of the things that I studied was hypnosis, and Dolores Cannon was able to regress people to time between lives. So not just the past life, and that was completely by accident. But then when she got to where she could do it on purpose, and so the whole process was, and I had someone who was certified by her personally to put me through a really long regression. And at the time, this was probably about 9-10 months, maybe a year ago. The earth wasn't really sure what was going to happen, but basically they've talked about the 3D, 5D split. And when I went through that regression, the earth was still kind of quivering with excitement and not knowing, well, do I have to, do I not have to, not really sure. But what would happen is just like the, to us, like the Mayan people have disappeared, or in the Bible, the people of Enoch, you know, kind of disappeared, and they have different theories, especially among the Christian religions of, you know, rapture or those left behind or things like that. It's that the earth is trying to make a complete copy of herself, one being 3D, the other being 5D. And Dolores Cannon said, if there's anything you can do to quote unquote prepare, it's like forgive, raise your vibration, work on the aspect of self. You know, self-acceptance, self-respect, self-love, things like that. And we're often taught, you know, do for ourselves and then help others best we can. But the vision I got was, it was very slimy. It was almost like two balls coming apart, and it was a about a little over halfway, maybe like 60%, not quite 2/3. And there was strands that were connected. And what I'm finding is that, there were some people that I'm just not interested in reaching out to anymore. And I'm sure the same as me. And it's not that I don't love them or anything like that, but I find that it's a little bit at the whole global level that we're all growing spiritually and finding, quote unquote, our spiritual tribe more and more. So like this Thanksgiving, I was with all three of my kids and my granddaughter and other people in my family. They didn't reach out to me. I didn't reach out to them. It was just whatever. And 5D on one vibrational level. And this is where the true speed of life and death lie within the power of the tongue kind of comes about. And manifesting, it's almost like we have to practice being careful what we wish for because things can come about quickly and things like that. But ultimately, there would be a 3D universe that still has 3-dimensional problems. The problem is in the interim, the 4D that's in the middle is where a lot of unseen beings that feed off of lower vibrations kind of push our buttons. And those of us that have not been tuned into our sixth sense or higher ways or anything like that, it can be scary. But a lot of us are waking up to it and see where we go with that and focus on where you want to be. She said, and I'm quoting, paraphrasing Dolores Cannon, those that do not grow will be left with the world that they created with their fear. And it doesn't mean that we won't be exposed to things. It doesn't mean that things are going to instantly manifest or that we're not going to have problems or there's not going to be trauma or drama or anything like that. It just means that we'll have a different focus and aspect living in 5D than we would in 3D. And that it was almost like somebody was splitting apart an orange or a grapefruit or something like that. Like if, pieces fleck off and the skin kind of pulls apart, and that's kind of my vision of what I saw, that it was happening. And that's why more and more people are like, oh, I haven't talked to so-and-so in forever. And it's like, you just don't get around. It's more than, your high school friends that you just say you're going to do lunch and you don't. It's a whole new tribe of people that you resonate with. And I know I feel it more of at a physical level when I do or don't resonate with somebody.
So Vero, are you getting coffee, Vero?
No. Hold on. I'm picking up my son, so I'm waiting for this parking.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, what do you think about that? Because I know I'm pretty darn certain you have a strong feeling about that.
I think that's true. I think that a lot of people are there's like a dissension, kind of like an invisible line, that we don't realize, but we're having like a bigger gap separation amongst ourselves. And at the same time, you're accepting of it too. You got to be accepting of whatever occurs. So I am in agreement with Linda in regards to the vision and her interpretation of it, because I even see it like in friendships, in personas, things like that. It all encompasses it all together. Let me see. So,
yeah. And I agree. I notice there's people that I have dearly loved. They're just sort of dropping off the face off of my. I just don't talk. They just don't talk to me, or I don't talk to them.
Yeah.
And I love them dearly, but they're gone.
I find myself actually saying it's like I'm on a different planet without meaning that, without thinking of the vision, but that's what comes out my mouth.
Yeah, because I think we are moving into a different vision of her. What about you, Maddie?
Oh, I believe that too. Yeah, I can. Yeah, there's definitely, you can feel it. You can just feel it in the air.
Mm-hmm.
See it with everybody that you talk to. Some people, like you said, are dropping off. Other people, you're in bringing new people in. It's kind of like I've started going for grief counseling to the Hospice Society, and that's a whole new group of people that I'm relating to on a whole new level, rather than people that I have known previously.
Right.
And for me, even for me, when new people are coming in for readings and things like that, and I often get to become good friends with the people, right, Vera?
Yes, that's exactly how we met.
Yeah,
Piece of our piece of our history together.
yeah.
I think that's how we connected too, wasn't it? I was going through grief with my cat Timmy.
It's been a while. Yeah, I think you did invite me over to do readings at your place, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember the first time I was with Vero, she forgot she had a reading and she was getting her nails done.
Yeah, I've always been absurd. And I was like, and then she was telling me stuff, and then I was crying, and they were massaging my feet while that was happening. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry. This is deep, but they're drilling my nails.
I have some really great stories. I think they're great stories about all the readings I've done over the years. But if I don't make people cry, I usually not doing my job,
It was so much fun. And then the times Elisha, like at late at night, remember with all the whole situation, it was like sometimes I had her up till like 2 a.m.
Oh no.
I was so mean. I know. We love you, Elisha. You're amazing.
Well, yeah, but you had a lot of interesting things going on, which you didn't know how to deal with at the time. You could probably deal with them quite nicely now.
Now I do. Now I'm like, oh my God, what is that? It was like every night was something going on. I thought I was going a little paranoid. I was like, what is going on? It was like,
I don't feel so bad then. I do that a lot to her too.
You don't even know, man. I was like talking to them. Also, I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what happened? And it was always like directed energy, like it was like for a specific purpose. But man, it was like every night. I used to go to sleep at 5 a.m, 4 a.m, because like I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, yeah. You slept on like 5 minutes a night. Lily says, I feel it all the time. Some people, though, every day I talk to them at work, they are a million years away from, and others, they just seem to click.
Mm-hmm.
And Mama D, she says, how many months will I be moving to the same city as Diego? We're not actually on a interactive, but I got 5. Anybody else get anything else?
got 5 too. Because I was like, wait a minute, Tiago. Huh.
Yeah. Anybody else get the same number?
I say 5 too, 5 to 6.
Yeah. So I think go with that, Mama B.
Mama B.
Anyhow, I have such short-term memory. We could switch that into what Vera was talking about, because I do think it does have a lot of, because we are going through the 4th dimension right now, and there are a lot of entities that are grabbing hold of people. And if you don't know anything about it, you do think you're going crazy, right?
Well, another thing I want to add too is how I'm feeling through these energies is dizzy.
Oh yeah, that I agree.
Yeah,
Like
that's an ascension symptom. Go ahead, Vera.
Nauseous too, right? Nauseous.
I haven't been too nauseous, but it's like energies are slamming me all from all directions, and I can be fine 1 minute and the next minute I'm so dizzy, I need to sit down.
Yeah, that is definitely a symptom. Unfortunately, I find the symptoms usually have something going on in the physical as well. And that would be Linda's point of time strength. What do you think?
Well, it's funny because it's very chicken and egg.
Yeah.
Because the spiritual manifest in the physical, and then certain physical can pull the spiritual and the emotional one way or another. And as we have, all the different layers of our body, and so it's that's why introspection is really good, because sometimes I will sit down and go, okay, body, what is going on? Or I'm just about to the point that I can feel something and I can instantly know, if I'm too much in indecision, something like that, especially if I'm trying to hang on to something or not move forward with something or whatever, then the headache comes on. And so I've learned certain ways that my body talks to me. But yeah, I've definitely had like the dizzy phases and things like that. And it's almost like there's a little one that's not quite catching up. I'm walking really fast and I'm hurrying not to miss the train, and I need somebody to come with me, and I need the train to not leave without me, and we both got to go together. And so I will sit there and ground myself. I don't know if I've said this on here or not, but I'm like part water nymph, and I take a lot of baths. I've worked all day today, and I think I've had 3 today already, maybe 4. I lost count. But the salt baths, the standing outside barefoot, really strong in the visual. And when things are going on in the energies and things with the earth and things like that, I really run my energy, and I picture white light coming up from the very center of the earth all the way through up to my higher self. And I just picture it like a beam, and I share from my higher self through my physical body back down, giving back to the earth again. And then I can get to where I'll expand it out with the toroidal field kind of thing. But
So what's a toroidal field for people who don't know?
The toroidal field, for people that don't know, we have 2. We have one within our body and one within our heart, but it's kind of, if you will picture the above and below as like the sprinkle water fountain that comes up and it goes out in a circle and back down and then comes back up again. And so the energy flows in the pattern of a donut. It's that's the very first thing that we were taught, which I did it before, but for when I do medical intuition and things like that, and I took that course, she would say, power up. And so when the energies are kind of showing physically, you can use it to expand your aura out, but more importantly, you can use it to ground your body and share that energy with the earth. And so you just pretend like you're a giant sprinkler, and the energy is coming out the top of your head and going down into the planet on all 360, like a big loop, and then back up through your feet again via the Earth Star. And
Vero's got to go. We'll come back. Thank you very much, Vero.
Bye,
It was great.
Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas to you.
Well,
Happy Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
So continue. I didn't mean to stop you, but she
Yeah. So my whole point is I don't really get bogged down into, is my spirit pulling my body down? Is my body pulling my spirit down? I know that it's kind of a chicken and an egg, and I may or may not figure out which happened first, but I address the 2 of them together by doing that. And I'm spiritually nourishing my body, which has a physical benefit, third, fourth, fifth D, and especially in fourth D when we need to like
We need
they
that
can't
protect-
handle
we need
that.
a lot more protection in forward.
Yeah, well, and I don't always worry so much about protection for myself as much as I know when I'm connected to Earth, I don't protect in a way to like put myself in a shield. I protect myself by connecting with the Earth, and I know that they can't handle the light. And so
Yeah,
when I feel with the light, that, you know, there's no such thing as a flash dark. There's only a flashlight. And so the dark can't handle that.
So, but if you can't figure out how to do that, what do you, either one of you can answer, give your opinion. What do you do when you can't figure out how to do that?
I picture white coming into my body
Yeah.
and making every single cell in my body happy, and every single one of them is a little round smiley face.
Oh, okay, that works. But there's another answer too that
I just
people
go
have-
within. I go within and I concentrate on my breath and my breathing patterns and
Oh, nice.
concentration all there.
you know, okay, but you guys are already graduated. What about people who haven't graduated? What would you recommend for them? People who don't have a clue.
Well, I think it's all in visualization, wouldn't it be? Visualize a light hanging around you. Just make
Or reach out to somebody who can help you.
or well, that of course, that would of
Yeah.
course be the first thing.
The saying is, no one can see their own ears without a mirror.
Oh,
And
okay,
so
that makes sense.
We
Yeah.
can, you know, when you reach out to someone, you know, and it's, you know what, I keep going back to, I don't know if there's Harry Potter fans out there, but
No, Harry Potter fans with you.
I'm being facetious. There is this one scene in the movie where they have to, Dumbledore has to drink all of the fountain to be able to go in and find the Horcrux, which is like a cursed object, and it's
Yeah.
protected among, you know, some monsters. And he has to drink everything and it wipes his memory. And this is what's really strong, and where how Elijah and I have come so close is I can sit here right now and think of all the exercises and things like that. But in that scene in the movie, he literally loses his consciousness, and it's like he doesn't know what's going on, and he has amnesia and he's completely confused. And when I'm in that, you know, the energies are whelming me and I'm totally under, I can't think, okay, I need to square breathe, or I need to do butterfly taps, or and so I just call for help.
Yeah.
There've been a couple of people, I think here recently, Elisha's talked me down off of more ledges than we probably could both count.
But that's again, that's what we were talking about at the beginning. It's because things have been really, the energy is bizarre.
Yes.
I mean, 10 years ago, what's happening, bang, 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 would happen once. Okay, we've got at least 6-7 months, another 6-7 months, but it's, oh gosh, one breath and the next breath, it's another trauma. And so what I'm saying is we need each other. All of us need each other. We need to be able to reach out. So like last night, Linda pointed out something to me. And so today I did the letter writing thing, because sometimes you need things, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have a community. And if you don't have a community, you reach out to whoever you can. Well, like Maddie, you've got a lot of community on Facebook, right? Because you're always sending me this is a closed group.
Yeah.
And so you've reached out to, you have a lot of people who reach out to you. What was the name of that lady, Miriam, that you read yesterday?
Oh, Marianne Savina.
Yeah, and she's in New York.
Yeah.
And she's got pretty darn good information. And then again, the guy Lee,
Harris.
yeah,
in California.
oh, does he? Okay, he was just on, I don't know, he might still be on, doing a channeling for the information. His information was really good.
Yeah.
And I go Google him, look him up, people. I like what he had to say, because basically he's saying a lot of what I say. So of course I like him.
Yeah, I've been listening to him for a while now.
Yeah. And my thing is, I try not to listen to other people, mostly because I want my own information. So but it's always nice to hear somebody else and go, oh, cool, I'm not alone.
Mhm.
Anyhow, irrelevant facts. So we've been on 45 minutes. Oh, Patricia says, hi, Patricia's going, you will feel a bit better going into the Capricorn, Maddie, another earth sign, but the moon changes, which some days may not suit us. And of course, Mercury retrograde on the 29th.
Yeah. Woo. Yay.
But it does.
Well, and I found that Mercury retrograde works for me because I was born in a retrograde.
Yeah, so it's
Well, Mercury-
all everyone who complains about the Mercury retrograde, when it's not retrograde, that's my normal life. I have so many who's on first conversations.
Yeah, Mercury is my ruling planet also. I don't find the energies too bad with Mercury retrograde. I usually have a pretty good lucky.
Yeah, it's not my ruling planet. My Mercury happened to be,
Right.
it just happened to be in retrograde when I was born. So, and that's probably why I on the normal pay a lot of attention to detail. I do a lot of listen and reflect when I'm talking to people and things like that.
just so you don't miss out what they're saying.
Right.
But what am I going to say? Also, if the planets that Mercury is affecting are not in your chart, you're probably not going to be affected.
Yeah.
So the last Mercury I had, it affected me. I rarely am affected by Mercury retrograde. Having said that,
But doesn't Mercury rule
really
Gemini?
late- Pardon?
Yes, it does.
Mercury rules Gemini, and Elisha, don't you have like a lot of Gemini in your chart?
I do, rising and moon.
So
That's kind of what I
you
thought.
have Mercury then.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
usually it doesn't bother me. But what I was saying, isn't this Mercury, isn't this late in the season? Isn't it usually spring and fall?
I think
Yeah,
we've
there-
had.
No, it's
I
like
think we've
6
had
to
a
7
few.
times a year.
We've had a few Mercury retrogrades this year.
I thought it was you.
We have several every single year,
Okay.
because remember, it's it has the shortest rotation of
Oh,
all the
okay, that would
planets.
make sense, yeah. So I will be in Mercury retrograde probably when I have my arm operation. I hope it doesn't affect my doctor.
Oh, it'll be fine.
I'm not planning on it being anything else but touch wood.
Cancel that.
Yeah,
Everything's good.
yeah. Oh, I'm hoping so. Definitely hoping so. It'll be 8 months, you know.
I
Is that a
know.
magic number 8?
It is. This wish is fulfilled.
Okay, well then that's perfect. That's a big wish of mine.
You have to ask Sienna,
Sure.
Jupiter, whoever.
Jupiter, yeah. He's Jupiter, not Saturn? Or is that the Grinch's Saturn?
Jupiter is the benevolent planet, the gift-giving planet
Yeah, it's
that
it's
used
ever
to
going
be
into-
the god of war before Mars was.
Jupiter is coming in right now, and it's going to be here for quite a while. I think
5 months,
till
6
May or something like
or
that.
We
five
love Jupiter.
months or 5 years. I was
I'm
reading,
a Thursday's child, so I was born on Jupiter Day.
I was born on Friday.
Oh, Venus.
I'm a Tuesday girl.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, my mother used to say
That
Oh.
rhymed the poem.
yeah. Was it?
About Wednesday's child is full of woe and Thursday's child has far to go.
Oh, it's Thursday's child. Friday's child. I forget what Friday is.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm. What else is start of the weekend? I don't remember.
Not if you're in retail, it's not.
That's true. So do we have anything anything we want to add on to our solstice besides happy solstice, everybody? And for those who celebrate, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Whatever.
Yeah. No comments?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just want to tell everybody out there, be gentle with yourselves.
Yeah, take the time to just be for a little bit.
Yeah.
And whatever kind of be you're being, it's okay.
Yeah, there's no right way, no wrong way.
And that's,
Whatever your soul calls to, just do it.
and that is
I like that.
extremely important that people understand that. I don't think they all do. And so if you don't mind adding something onto that for a minute.
Well, just follow what your heart wants you to do. If you want to rest, rest. Don't feel guilty about it. If you want to go out dancing, go out dancing. If you want to, I don't know, whatever comes to your heart's desire, just follow it. Don't fight it.
Yeah, hang on, article. I'm trying to figure out what's how to put this up on okay, post on Facebook. Got it. So there. So yeah, because and what people want to do is forget to follow the norms. You can't follow the norms. You've got to follow your heart. Extremely important, and follow the heart. And I think my daughter arrived from Edmonton.
Oh, you
That's
need to
why
go?
the dogs are having heart attack.
Okay.
Pretty good time.
Yeah, perfect timing. So I'm going to say thank you so very much. And do you have a finishing off sentence, Linda?
No, I'm good. Just everybody take care of themselves. Enjoy the season. Enjoy you. Be you. And Merry Christmas.
And I'm gonna add, because I keep getting cut off on my meditations at the end. Nobody gets to hear and don't forget to go out and spread the love.
Do I cut you off?
I don't know. So from now on, I'm going to start with my ending.
Okay, because I see you sit back and you go namaste, and I figure, okay.
No, this cut off before that. So I think it was YouTube that cut me off. I got in my heart feels your heart. And then when I say don't forget to spread the love, that I get cut off right after.
Okay, yeah,
right before that.
YouTube can be a bit of a interesting.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm gonna run now. Thank you, everybody, very much. Happy New Year. If we don't talk to you before, I'm sure we will. Merry Christmas, and we will be back somewhere around the 1st with the prophecy. Okay, so thank you, ladies. It's been a hoot. Bye.
Okay.